So, welcome everybody, and now I would like to continue the Bodhicharyavatara on the 7th chapter, and last time we went through first 15 stanzas, and the last one was about the second laziness, that how important it is not to get too much attached or distracted doing things which are not that important or is not that purposeful, but becoming efforts, taking your efforts, or become joy in doing something that would bring something really useful, purposeful, important to yourself and others, And now we come to the third laziness, that is the laziness of belittling yourself, like not having enough confidence in yourself, looking down on yourself, saying that, it's not possible to achieve something for me because I'm not capable. That, is one of the worst kind of laziness, because when I already decide that I cannot do it, I cannot achieve it, I cannot improve, I cannot transform, of course you cannot, because you will not even make an effort, because you have already decided that I cannot. So here, first, in brief, one stanza, and then more kind of explanations on that, why and how we should overcome that. So the first is Yulu. Julu meton, ponso ton, le long donne onjaton, d'autres yende yambaton, d'autres yende jevarjis. So this in English translation is I don't know if I was wrong. Did I go through the 15th before? Anyway, I will read out the 15th. You turn your back upon the sacred doctrine, supreme joy and boundless source of bliss. Why delight in mere excitement, in distractions that will cause you misery? But that is, like, I think, as we talked about, this is, the second kind of laziness, that I'm too much distracted, delighted in just excitement and entertainment and distraction and things like that, and then I have a little bit of kind of a good time and things like that, but then at the end, really, after some time, if I look back and say what I have done, I can't find anything that's worthwhile. I should not do that. I should I should concentrate on something like Dharma, which, with which I can feel that I have done something to improve myself, to transform myself, and I think that I've done something that would help some other people also. That's the what. Now this 16th is, do not be downcast, but marshal all your powers. Make an effort, be the master of yourself. Practice the equality of self and other. Practice the exchange of self and other. When we say that, I'm too weak, I'm too stupid, I have no power, I don't know, I cannot do, that is looking down on myself, downcasting on myself. Actually, everybody has some positive side, everybody has some wisdom, some compassion, some good things, some intelligence. We don't need to be the best, we are not best. But if I am not learned, I can learn, I can study, and if I study and try, I can learn. If I don't know how to do something, I need to learn from somebody who knows how to do that, and then do it, and try to do it, and try again and again and again, and then you become better. There is nothing in the whole universe that if you do something again and again and again, you don't become better and better in doing that. The more you exercise that, the more you do it, the more you, you train in that, the more you become expert, the more you become, master of that. So therefore, what things that we don't have, or what powers or what qualities that we don't have, we cannot just say that I don't have that, I don't know, I have no power, and do nothing. Because if you do that, then you will never get power, you will never learn, you will never, attain those powers or, learning or, anything. And everybody is learning. If somebody is very good in something, that means that he actually trained in that and studied it, and then that's why he's good at it. If he didn't do that much, if somebody is naturally good in this life, that means he studied and practiced last life. That's why he did that. So therefore, we do not need, especially if we are weak and we have not much capacity, and that is why we need to do more effort to train, and in that particular thing that we are weak, because that means we didn't do that much training in last lives. So therefore we need to be more diligent, and instead of losing heart, and of course it will not come easily, especially if you have not had any training in your last lives, but so do not be downcast, but marshal all your power, say all your power, all your energy, all your enthusiasm, and say, yes, I will work on that. There are lots of people who fail, and then they do again and again and again, and they pass. I know one girl who was my neighbor actually. She is actually elder than me. She was elder 2-3 years elder than me. And then, it took a long time for her to pass her school. And then she had a job and she was working as a clerk. And then she came to the college, university, and then she studied there. And first year she failed, third time she failed, she failed like 5 times. But at the end, she passed. She became a graduate. And then slowly she became an officer. And she retired quite a high rank, officer. So it's like that, if you fail in one kind of one attempt, 2 attempts, and you give up, that means, so it's not like that. So therefore, we need to marshal all your powers, make an effort, be the master of yourself, The most important is to become master of myself, my own emotions, my own, especially negative habitual tendencies, There are lots of people who become a slave to their jealousy, to their anger, to their hatred, and then, completely harm themselves, They are so get stuck in that actually they get sick. They just, they kill themselves. I've seen this kind of thing many times. So instead of that, you really have to find out what is good for me, what is good for the long run, what is the important thing, how do I become a better person, and what brings the suffering and pain and problem in me, and then those causes and conditions I have to work on. If I do that, I'm practicing Dharma. Whether I'm going to the monastery or church or temple all the time or never. Whether I'm doing lots of mantras or never. Whether I'm doing lots of retreats or nothing. Whether I'm doing many hours of meditation or seemingly nothing. That's where the practice is. Be the master of yourself. Practice the equality of self and others. First, practice the equality of myself and others. The way to generate compassion is to understand the equality. That every person is like me. I like to be free from suffering, pain, problems. I like to have, love, kindness, compassion, joy, happiness, all positive things. It's not that other person doesn't like those things. It's not that other person have no problem with having pain and problems. They are all exactly same as me. They're all same as my dear and near ones, So therefore we are like the same, like the members of the same family. We are like brothers and sisters. We are, we are similar. So as much as I wish good things for myself, everybody wishes good things for themselves, So if that is the case, then I should do my best to try to, find happiness, joy, well-being for myself. But I should also try to find happiness, well-being, and joy for everybody else who are like my brothers and sisters, my parents and loved ones. So if I really become very clear about that, then it would become very important, very essential it would become so important for me to work for the benefit of everybody. And when that becomes clear, becomes experiential, then I would like to sometimes, even give my, chance of happiness if it helps lots of people. So therefore, the exchanging self and others becomes possible, and it is actually human trait. There's that thing, people go to war in order to protect the country. Why do they do that? Because, I want all my countrymen, including my family and relatives and people, to be safe. And in order that I keep them all safe, even if I have to die, it is okay. So therefore, I exchange my, my happiness, my comfort, my even life for the benefit of others, my loved ones, my countrymen, my family. So this doesn't have to be a religious person, or a spiritual person, or a great bodhisattva. This is done all the time in human society, and not only humans. This is done by many intelligent animals too. And they found out, actually, the more intelligent the animal is, the more they are likely to sacrifice themselves for others. Sacrifice oneself for others is not a sign of weakness or unintelligence or, stupidity. It's a very great sign of intelligence and wisdom, because they know that, they know that everybody is like yourself. So therefore, I wish everybody to be safe and well and happy, and in order to do that, even if I have to sacrifice something, it's worthwhile. It's not useless. It's meaningful, and I can do it joyfully, happily, without regret. So therefore, it is like that. And I think this. I think I don't have time to go through another stanza. So next stanza will be stanza 17, and this is then, making kind of more elaboration of the this particular subject. So thank you very much. Sunamdi tamche zipanye toni nipe dana poche. Sigana jewalam dribaye sipin solin doa dovarisho shancho sencho Rinpoche mashi panam se. Jibanyam bame bane kone konden pevarisho senchetam nepache nepa nirdu neli tajir chinrovi ne namal. Totun jawa me varisho